Okay, Lee Davis back again to talk about my amazing cover songs. I'm releasing some of these cheesy videos, these cover songs I'm doing. They're all synthesized. I talked about it. I just got done making a video that's kind of a testimonial about why I synthesize death metal songs. In a nutshell, I won't bog you down with all those details again, but because life just didn't work out to deliver me the fellow musicians I needed to make my dream band, so having to do it all myself, and just in my life, I just never had the resources or the environment or the friends nearby to learn guitar. I got like a broken Ibanez that barely works. Anyway, so you know, I realize, as I've said, this kind of music doesn't have the integrity of a full actual band that uses instruments. I realize that, you know, my hat's off to those musicians that have gotten it together and fallen into place like that. Good for you. But you know, it's like I say, I do these things just out of pure passion and adoration and love of these bands that just so much inspired, just blew me away as a teenager. So I'm going to talk about Pathologist today. And I've done two Pathologist cover songs because it's like an OCD thing. And for those of you that don't know, obsessive compulsive disorder, if you will. It's just because I was on a roll. It was a lot of work. I really was just doing, even programming one cover song note for note and beat for beat is extremely tedious. You know, it's so much more fun to just make my own music as I go along. But doing cover songs is so tedious because I'm just trying to get it so precise. I'm really looking for precision, you know, timing, and just getting the notes as close as I can. And I'm not much of a musician, so I mean, even when you're programming, it's just it's a process. But anyway, where was I? I lost my train of thought. Let's return back to, well, yes, Pathologist. As I've said, I discovered Carcass when I was 14, and that was just it. I said, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. And, you know, I dug deeper and deeper. I found some of the gorier underground stuff. And I started, you know, I had this one friend whose, you know, parents gave him access to the internet. And, you know, he had all the down low. He's from Sweden. He even had this cousin who was like all into death metal. Now, we went to this hoopty high school where me and like this other kid who ended up, even he said to hell with it. And, you know, I've said before, I was a toxic influence. Yeah, I was taking a lot of abuse, and it ended up just kind of venting on the people close to me. So I don't blame people who kind of dropped me as a friend. And, you know, I do feel bad about that. But he dropped metal and had this real pretentious idea that it was just, you know, kids stuff. And I said, you know, all right. You know, here I am, I still love it. But anyway, yeah, I looked, there was a website. This is in the infancy of the World Wide Web, is how old I am. And someone had listed Carcass influenced bands. Okay, so I did happen to get a mail order catalog from that one label. I'm not going to slander them, but I don't have a whole lot of love for them after getting burned. But like, you know, I had this mail order catalog from this one very prolific underground label / distributor. And yeah, I read on the list Dysentery, Pathologist, Necrony, maybe a couple others. I read there was a black metal band called Mythos that did a cover song of Reek of Putrefaction, I think it was. And yeah, but Pathologist. And I checked them out a lot. I really liked, later on, actually, Hemorrhage came out. I remember when Emetic Cult came out. And I liked Necrony a lot. I loved Dysentery a lot. I wrote with Mark for a little bit there, and he was just the nicest dude. So God bless Mark, wherever y'all are. I know Necrony, of course, became Nasm later. And, you know, I understand there was a tragedy with the one musician. I didn't follow their music, I admit. Anyway, Pathologist was like, they were like my number 2 all of a sudden, you know, as far as go-to death metal bands. This is what I'm saying. Harry or Herok, sorry if mispronouncing, from Pathologist, like top 3 favorite guitarists. And the reason why, like, I remember I had this one metal snob friend who heard Pathologist and said, "This sucks." He says, "All he's doing on the guitar is this, you know," and this is, of course, is like from a scene where it's all speed metal, and anybody who's not like this fast and doing all this technical, you know, noodling around stuff sucks. And you can imagine what I feel about that attitude. You know, it's not, I'm just like, dude, do you think I'm doing it so I can listen to somebody showboat? These guys are creating this atmosphere. That's what I'm saying. Harry created this feeling with his riffs. Now in death metal, admittedly, a lot of people are just, you know, yeah, just kind of showboating or doing some like really heavy, crunchy riff. Not quite as often. I mean, I love all death metal. I love all that stuff, but it's like the stuff that really grabs me has this feeling to it, you know, this atmosphere. When I listened to Harry's solos, his riffs, they really brought me to this amazing, horrific world. You know, it was kind of fun and creepy, you know, not, it's, how would you describe it? Just fun horror, I guess, you know, because real horror is not very cool. It gave me that feel, and there's a lot to be said about Sicklow's vocals were just unbelievable. You know, I think before Gorgrind was really, you know, everybody was doing that really low frog croak thing. Not to say he was the very first, but I just loved listening to those really nasty vocals. And yeah, as far as being a Carcass clone band, you know, if you will, they were still way too special to, you know, to just be that. They made no, they never pretended like they weren't heavily influenced by Carcass. I mean, they really were. Just everything about it was straight. It was like what the Italian exploitation film is to the original, you know, Hollywood film. You know, it's taking all the ingredients and kind of mixing them up and giving them their own little kick and just, you know, putting it full on. But like I said, they weren't just straight up copycats. They had something very special. And Harry, for those of you that don't know, is actually involved in the band Sick Sinus Syndrome, which also has members of, I know, Malignant Tumor and maybe something else I forgot. That's an amazing Gorgrind album. But yeah, when Pathologist, you know, it terminated, I was kind of sad because there's just very, very little death metal that had that kind of riffage. Now, so you know, from Japan there is a Pharmacist, which, God, you know, if I hadn't known any better, I would swear Pathologist was back in action. Of course, he's doing really amazing stuff. So I've been real excited. You know, I've kind of drifted away. I love death metal, but I'm not eager to like soak up all the new stuff that's out there. But when I heard Pharmacist, I said, wow, you know, I really did. That really blew my mind. So check out Pharmacist for sure. Check out Sick Sinus Syndrome. Oh, but the songs I did for Pathologist, and I'll probably make a video for the Cadavers in Medical Jurisprudence, but it was definitely Putrescence was one of my favorite songs of Pathologist. So I just absolutely love the riffing in those songs, but that one in particular, that opening riff just really hooked me in. It was just so great. And I just always dreamed of doing a cover song of that. So I did it. Yeah. And yeah, and then as I was on a roll doing all these songs, I said, you know what, I got to do Cadavers in Medical Jurisprudence, which I will say was actually, as far as the composition, it was far simpler than Putrescence to do. And oh, by the way, speaking of Putrescence, pardon the very cheesy recreation of the solo. But that's the best I can do with the synthesizers, you know. But you know, there it is anyway. It's not to be taken all seriously, you know. It's not this is just showing my love and appreciation for these amazing songs. I've gone on almost 10 minutes about this stuff, which is way too long. So that's why I'm putting these after the actual music videos, so you're not subjected to listening to me ramble on. Anyway, God bless y'all. God bless death metal, and I hope y'all are doing great. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your ears, as I always say. Wear that hearing protection, and well, I'm gonna get back to work. So, peace out. Bye bye.